I believe in me, and I just won't change depending on what other people think.
2, 1, and now we're live. We're live. This is second take.
Hey.
Post haircut.
Wow.
We're doing it now.
We're doing it.
What's up, Hannah?
What's up?
How do you feel?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Nervous.
A little nervous?
Yes.
Is the wine helping?
No.
I mixed some tequila in there just so we could loosen things up.
It's actually quite disgusting.
Yeah.
It's quite sipper.
What's your poison? What's your pick? Like, when you just like, I want to drink, what's your thing?
Aperol spirits.
Yeah? Damn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I mean, my poison is actually dark liquor because I hate it.
Really?
That would make a bit more sense.
Yeah. I like dark liquor before I go to bed. Makes me have some wild dreams.
You go to bed?
Before I go to bed. Yeah. Like a nightcap? Do they say that across the pond?
We know what it is, but we don't say that.
Nightcap.
Because it doesn't really make much sense, does it?
It doesn't have to make
like
sense.
Like a nightcap?
No.
Now we're going to start talking about that.
We're going to start.
I could talk about nightcaps for so long.
So you're the first guest on here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, no, thank you.
Appreciate it.
I had to get someone special in here for the first one.
You.
And after everyone ignored my calls, I was like, you know what, I'm going to get Hannah
Everyone
on here. No. Okay, so look.
Might as well. You just want me here for the accent.
Yeah, that's it. So this podcast, we're going to focus on, like, it's for uncommon people, right? Like, that's what I'm gearing it towards and everything. People that just think uncommonly. They're kind of like rare radicals in the world. And you're a rare radical. I mean, before this podcast, you were just like, can you cut my hair?
Yeah.
With, like, random scissors and shit. And it's like, dude, I don't know any girl that will just be like, cut my hair. I've never cut hair. And, like, that's you. That's your shit.
Okay, yeah.
And that's dope.
Yes.
So I had to get you on here because you're actually doing some dope shit, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into it, and then we're gonna just see where it goes.
Okay.
I kind of have a general consensus like on the paper, but like sometimes you just gotta, you just gotta throw it away, and then we're gonna just start from scratch. Okay.
I like the hand stuff you do, like
I'm Italian.
Practical.
Yeah.
It's very Yeah.
If you handcuff me, I can't speak.
Damn.
Yeah. That's a good way to get me to shut up. Just handcuff me.
Cool.
But don't do that. Let's start. I don't want to do the whole biography thing.
Yeah.
Okay, because it could get a little like repetitive sometimes and everything, and it'll ruin the first half of your book because I know you're gonna write a book sometime. That's just for sure. But I want to know. Okay, look we're in high school. I'm in your high school, right?
Yes.
We're in high school.
Ooh.
15, 16, 17-year-old Hannah. Who is she? Like, who are you at that age? Because I was a shithead. Like, I was a bad student.
Yeah, I was actually really rude.
Yeah.
Which may come as a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I was a very, I guess, very loud and very much like I will make my thoughts heard, especially with my family.
Okay.
Like, I guess I've never have disrespected my parents, but like just quite like, I'd answer back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bit more rude, I'm 15, 16.
Like speaking your mind.
Yeah, speaking my mind,
Yeah.
like being a bit more tempered, going through, I'm a girl, like going through things, being at school, liking a guy and just going through those stuff. But I guess in school, like, I've just kind of been the same. I've always wanted more for myself. And I always knew that I kind of wanted to be in the big world and create.
Yeah.
And back then it was writing.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
That was
I wanted
your
to be a
thing?
journalist.
Okay.
Yeah, movie directing was always like my dream, but I thought I would pursue journalism. So that was me, a dreamer who was very loud.
Like just outspoken, you
Yeah,
speak your mind.
yeah,
Like you see an injustice, you're
always
like, whoa,
made
what
sure
the
I
hell?
put my hand up, like always made sure I
Yeah.
spoke out for people, always made sure I had a good relationship with my teachers. I bunked off school a lot. I was quite a naughty kid, but like I did well in my classes.
Okay, so you weren't
very
like a...
sociable.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's hard to believe.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely sociable.
No, you are
I actually
sociable.
won an award, most likely to be famous.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that going?
That's not the aim.
You're
It's
on the-
weird,
you're-
but it's going cool.
You're on the way. It's coming along.
bad.
No, it's coming along. Something I like to say when I describe you to people, and like no cap or anything, no cap. But I really do see
No
you.
cap.
No cap. No hats on at
No
all.
cap.
No, but when I
Yeah.
describe you to people, because they're like, oh, who's coming over? I'll be like, my homegirl Hannah. Like, oh, who's she? And then I explain it. And the way, because I like to explain, kind of like Esley is like definition: work hard, play hard, right?
Yeah.
Jordan is monk. He's just centered, grounded, right?
Yeah.
But you were like, I don't like throwing the word visionary around a lot, but that's what you are. Like, you really are a visionary. And when you speak like your dreams and your visions to me, I'm like, oh shit, like you're painting the picture and I can see it. And you're describing little details that a lot of people would like overlook, right? So where I see you going is just that right now you're Hannah. That's how I know you. But one day, after all these little successes add up and the overnight, you know, is like overnights become that overnight success, you're going to be Hana Zebzabi. And like, just how like one day Tarantino was just, oh, that's my friend Quinn. He's just running around with a camera doing his shit. And like, he's just, oh yeah, I think he's working on a film right now and everything. Like, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, truly, that's how I see it.
Thank you.
That's why I had to have you on here. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys speak this shit. So from the go, you've just been outspoken.
Yes.
I could see
from
that.
the get-go,
yeah,
always,
same.
always.
You and I are
kid.
like similar in that way, where we just kind of like...
Never afraid. That's like, I never really got bullied and shit, you know?
Oh, I got bullied.
Like, nah, I didn't. Like,
bullied.
now I see certain moments as like, oh, you were kind of being, like, why did I let that happen?
Yeah.
In terms of like bitchy girls and stuff. But
Yeah.
no, I'm actually really blessed to never have been, because I would never let that kind of happen to me.
Yeah, I never let it happen. I got in fights and I lost a lot of them.
Yeah,
but I got bullied and shit. And then now these bullies are like...
There'd be loads of fights and tension, but like I wouldn't say I went through like serious, you know how people go through
Have you ever gone in a
bullied?
fist fight?
No, but I've like...
Fuck, I feel like you would be the one to just be like, shut the hell up.
No, but there has been a fist fight and I should have gotten involved, but you know,
Really?
what the fuck was the point?
I could see you.
Yeah, like
you're
back
the
in
one,
school.
You're the
like,
one
yeah,
to
that was
just
one big fight.
suck a dick. Boom.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if someone put their hands on me and like
Yeah.
self-defense, of course.
You would do it? Can you hold your own?
I don't know yet. I've never been in a fight, but verbally I can.
Have you been punched in the face?
Never.
Life's different after you get punched
Wow,
in the face.
I've never been punched in the face.
I feel like everyone should get punched in the face in
I've been
some point in their life.
I've been accidentally punched in the face.
Yeah?
Yeah, but not intentionally.
Damn.
I guess you have.
Oh, I've got my face broken, and it's just like,
I'm aware.
yeah, it's not fun.
It's not.
It's humbling. Okay, you know what? One time
Do you think? I think if I got punched in the face, I would just be in pain.
I'd be in pain, but it's humbling because, okay, look at this. One time, the most fucked up I've ever been is when I got jumped, right? And it was like partying, Isla Vista. It got messy, right? And I got knocked out, and I got my face kicked after and everything like that. My tooth got chipped, broken nose, black eyes, all this. That was on a Saturday. That Monday, I had to give a speech, my first speech in communications class. I emailed my teacher. I let him know everything. I was like, hey, can I move it? The teacher was a dick. He's like, nah, you got to give it or get an F. And I'm like, all right. So I went up, and I couldn't even get my tooth fixed because it was the Monday, right? So, like, I still have a chipped tooth, front tooth.
Yeah.
Right? And I gave a speech in front of, like, 60 people. My face is fucked.
Damn.
And like...
Did everyone question it?
I went up there, and I just said... Has anyone ever been to Isla Vista? And then some people raised their hands, and I was like, yeah. All right, now that we got that out of the way, and I just went into it. Like, I was like, I got to own this.
What did you get? Do you remember?
I think that bitch gave me a B. He was a dick. He was a dick, unless you were a girl.
Well, if you're watching.
For sure.
What's his name?
Yeah, Petrello. I'll never forget. What's up, Petrello?
Dick.
Now I have a podcast. I guess I know how to communicate.
Facts, exactly.
And you know what's funny is that growing up, when I was a kid, I was like, talking. Like anytime there's a report card, talks too much.
Yeah.
And it's like, did you get that too?
No.
Do you feel like when you were in school, there were any qualities that you have now that are like attributed to your success that were looked at like, oh, this is bad. Like, why are you doing this?
Oh, yeah. So I actually went to a school where it's a grammar school, so you had to take a test to get in. Meaning like, you know, you had to be of like a certain intellectual
standard,
level. Yeah. So everyone that I went to school with actually was wanting to be a doctor or a scientist or like, you know, proper jobs you go to for like university degrees, like lawyer, etc., etc.
Yeah, academics. Like that.
Yeah, exactly. And so being a creative was a little different. Yeah, 100%.
Still is.
Not a creative school at all.
Yeah.
Such a shame, really. But I had a couple of teachers who believed in me, and I guess, can you repeat the question just so I'm more precise?
Like, if you had any qualities that now are fucking rock star qualities attributed to your success, but back then were like...
Oh yeah, God, here you go. Just, I never listen to people. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you have your own monologue in your head.
What people think. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like, oh, you want to go into film? Oh, really? But like, do you know how to do this? And I'm like, nah, I don't. But like, I want to do it.
I'm gonna
like,
figure it out.
I have to do it. Like, it's I'm not from a creative family. This just kind of is in me. Like I would never look to my dad playing instruments or like my dad listening to music or my dad taking photos or making films.
It was just
Or
in
my
you.
mum writing. Yeah, like no one is an artist in my family. Genuinely, not one person.
Not one person.
So it's very odd how I kind of inherited the life of movies and the life of like photography and fashion and all of that. It was just kind of embedded in me. Like
Interesting.
there's little videos of me as a kid, like just like picking up things, like
Yeah.
going and figuring things out,
Yeah.
and just being really loud and dancey and
Curious.
yeah, so curious. And I guess
Curious.
when I was like, yo, I don't actually want to be a doctor, I don't actually want to be a lawyer, but I'm in a grammar school where like that's what you're supposed to be doing.
And you're getting pushed in that
I
direction.
liked it.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
rebel.
I
You're
kind
definitely a
of
rebel.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, you're a
I
rebel.
really liked it. I was like, you guys are fucking boring. Like you want to do the same shit. Like
Yeah.
it's incredible
But
to
we
go
also
and be
need
a doctor.
doctors.
I know, but there are people studying medicine and doing like chemistry, doing stuff like that forcefully because of their culture, because of
Oh,
their
yeah.
family.
Oh, yeah, for
so
sure.
these people actually have ended up not even going to university because they failed.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I wasn't around a bunch of people who truly wanted to be doctors. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we need that. It's incredible. I think it's insane. But I was around people that weren't being themselves. So
Yeah.
I had such a good time just being myself.
Yeah.
And like
That's what's up.
always just how I've been.
Yeah.
So that's what I've taken on now is that I'm not gonna, if one day I wake up and I hate photography and I don't want to do it, like I'll continue being myself and I'll
Yeah.
be realistic and I'll be honest with myself. But
Yeah.
that's never happened.
You know, that's that. Yeah.
So I think I believe in me and I just won't change depending on what other people think. And that's what I've kept on.
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with that. That's how I kind of like.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, you want to do film? I'm like, yeah.
Who are
Like I
those
do.
people? Who are they? Drop their names. I'm just.
Dick.
No, I'm
I don't
playing.
even remember them. That's the
See,
point.
that's the thing is like you're not gonna remember
Yeah,
them.
like imagine I was like, oh shit, no, shouldn't do that. Let me go and like get a book about biology and pretend to be a doctor.
But you know, some people do. That is how they are.
That mindset
And-
doesn't. I don't understand it.
And I want to ask you, if you're talking to like a young kid, maybe going from high school to college, or they're just fresh out of college, and I know you're young too, but you also have like a very mature perspective on many things. What is like a piece of advice you would give to these kids that are going to get into the real world? Because you're living a real world. Like you're young, you're traveling fucking across nations.
Yeah, are these kids that want to be creative, or are these just like kids in school?
Just a kid, doesn't matter. What's something that you've picked up along your journey that is just like a piece of advice that is just like that's it, or advice
There's so much, but I guess the one that's just come to me naturally is kind of similar to like the characteristics I still hold. But I had a bunch of videos when I was like in high school and I uploaded them and I loved them and I just created music videos of me like lip syncing to songs, like really like cringy songs that like were well known in the charts. And they were sick. They generated like thousands of views and I got loads of subscribers and I've got a fan video out. You know, I used to be called Applex, Crumblex. Yeah, I made it when I was 12, right? So I put out these videos and they would do it. And this is when YouTube was like, there wasn't influencers, Instagram wasn't big. Like this is when YouTube was nice and like people just started getting like big and people were just starting to watch YouTube. 2009. Like I remember, like it was nice. So like what I was doing was really, really, really popular. And I just had like loads of a German audience, you know, watching me and sort of like, I kind of went back home from school and found like my strangers in my audience and I could make this content and just be really happy. And then a bunch of boys and a bunch of people from my school found out and like kind of threatened to like send it to loads of people and be like, yo, we're gonna, in assembly. Do you guys have assemblies here?
Yeah.
Like every Friday you'd have an assembly and they would come up to me like, hey, we're going to play it to the whole school, you know? And that was just kind of a piece of me that I liked to show like the world and not the people I knew, which is kind of where like my passion for like creating and knowing people from outside and all over comes from. But anyway, I ended up deleting all these videos and it's like one of my biggest regrets ever, probably my only regret in my life is deleting these videos. There are about 30 videos of me in front of the camera, also editing, directing myself. Like I made music videos, you know, and I was so embarrassed to have so many people see it and I deleted it. And so I guess my biggest regret and my biggest advice would literally just be like, don't listen to what people say. I don't even know those boys now. And those videos could have done so much for me. And imagine if I actually continued doing YouTube where I could be now, you know? And I guess it happened for a reason, and it's kind of cool that this is where I am. But I just wish I never let people's opinions like that affect me. Hence why from that moment I was just like, nah, I don't give a fuck now. I'm just going to do what I want.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like, it's cool. You're going to meet so many people around you, and you're going to have to figure out, like, who your friends are. And I just feel like a big advice is to not expect a lot from people and to be accepting that people are going to come and go for certain reasons. And you'll have friendships for different things.
That's important. I think friendships for different things and everything.
Not to be hurt when people change or people grow up, and it's just life.
And just kind of love people for who they are and understand.
Because I expected my best friend in like 1 year to be my best friend for life, and I was like, oh wait, no, we're growing up. Shit.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And I think that's a really good piece of advice to just be okay with people going.
People going.
Yeah.
Detachment.
Which is tough for a kid, but like it's kind of cool to know that.
Yeah, if we're taught it at a young age, I think that could be very helpful. Yeah. Like the art of detachment and just that, like, love people for who they are and understanding like, and everything. Yeah. Because we all have things that we're going through, successes and failures. And, like, okay, speaking about failure, right? In the creative field, so many ups and downs, right? Especially in the beginning, loads of failures before successes. That's what it feels like, right? And it's very scary. Yep. A lot of pressure. A lot riding on us, and it's a very vulnerable thing to do something creative, because you're giving a piece of yourself to the world and just kind of saying, judge it, and then you kind of sit back and see, right? So you've definitely you're young, but you've had a good amount of success, like, you know what you're doing, and we'll get into that, you know. But
why didn't I feel that?
Well, this is what we're gonna get into. I'm interested in a failure of yours. Like a favorite failure of yours that looking back, you're like, you know what? That actually taught me a lot when I failed, when I fell on my fucking face and I face planted and that hurt. But the lesson I got from it, whether it could be from traveling, creativity, relationships, business, like, does anything come to mind?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's career, it's professional.
Okay.
It's my job.
What is it?
Obviously. I monetize my passion, so I'm living off taking photos and just creating content in ways I can, for example, like videography or editing. And I actually had an unfortunate client, kind of, like, I didn't really act professionally, or I didn't really focus on the job at hand in this particular moment, to the point where actually my client was so unhappy that, like, we had to kind of consider, like, small courts claims, you know, just in order for her to, like, get a refund or something, you know. Where in my eyes, I actually don't think I did anything wrong, and I delivered the work, and she kind of, in my eyes, I feel like she did something wrong. But then now looking back at it, like, I've learned to, when I have a client, I need to make sure I'm organized, make sure that I'm communicating, make sure that I'm speaking to them all the time, making sure their needs are met. Because at the end of the day, I'm offering a business. And as much as I'm like an artist and I want to be free and I want to do all these things that an artist wants to do, I'm monetizing. Yeah. And I'm also offering a service. So this incident happened like a year and a half ago, and it's taught me from that moment to be really, really, really professional. So, like, with my emails written well, making sure everything's in writing. Literally my biggest lesson. Yeah. Everything needs to be in writing. Not even for me, because I'm super chill and, like, you know, I have your word, you have my word. Because you might just get one idiot as a client, like one really difficult client, a difficult person who really doesn't, like, has an ego or doesn't like it when things are wrong or things are done in a different way, and they want to kind of make sure that they get their own way back. Yeah. So I kind of learned that I was a little unprofessional in a moment, and from that point on, I've made sure everything's in writing and I have a contract and that I'm being saved, you know, and that was a failure that I kind of needed to be aware of in order for me to even progress in the industry.
Yeah, for sure.
So just to have everything in writing, because I'm really against contracts and stuff like that. But if we're going to be real, it's really needed.
Yeah, super needed.
Yeah,
And
so
like,
it really upset me too, because I don't ever want to work with people who, like, where we need to get to a point where we can't talk it out,
yeah,
you know? So I guess if I had everything in writing and I had everything there and I actually did take the time to write emails or communicate, then maybe like I wouldn't have been in that situation.
for sure.
You know, so that was actually a failure that affected me for a long while, which is why it came to my head really quick.
Yeah.
So I don't like letting people down, you know? But I also don't want to be played. So we need a contract.
Yeah. Peace to young creatives.
Yeah.
Be professional.
Can I ask you questions?
Yeah.
Is that not
Go
how
ahead.
it's
Go
supposed to-
ahead. Go ahead.
What
ask me a
about
question.
you?
What about me?
Your biggest failure?
My biggest failure.
Yeah, I'm just intrigued to know that one.
Damn, a few come to mind. I think when it comes to some of my biggest failures, some come to mind like as far as like different categories in life, but I'll stick to career. I think not seeking a mentor at a younger age, or at least like consuming different pieces of knowledge at a younger age. That's like a failure of mine.
That's a failure of yours?
I failed. Like I feel like I failed at it. You know?
Were you aware that you should have been?
Now looking back.
But
So I guess it's like the self-awareness of it. I don't know.
don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay.
And yeah, oh, you know what? Something comes to mind. I remember something comes to mind. There was an instance where I wasn't having a good relationship with someone in my family, and this is a personal failure. And I didn't want them at my graduation when I graduated college, because I felt like they're gonna just kind of make it about them. They're gonna make things uncomfortable, based on past experiences, you know. And I felt, and this was narcissistic of me, like, this is my day. I worked my ass off for like 5 years to get this degree. I deserve this, and I don't want them there. And, you know, I made the decision. I'm like, I don't want them there, and that's it. And then when I was sitting down waiting for my degree, they texted me, and they texted me a really long message. And it was not, can't believe you, why didn't you, nothing. It was just all love. And it made me tear up right there, because I was like, I made the wrong decision.
Damn.
And that was a failure. And now I think...
You wish you had them there?
I wish I had them there, and I think I just wish I had the compassion in the moment to just kind of, even though it was, like, logically it was my day, I didn't get there by myself. You know what I'm saying? And going through the whole college thing and the long nights and everything, a lot of people can say, well, this is me. I'm the one putting in the work. I'm the one doing this and everything. But it's the people around us that actually support us, because guess what? Like, people look at me and they're like, oh, man, you're so strong. You're inspirational. You're motivational, all this stuff. It's like, I have low points. And when I have low points, I do go to the people around me, my rocks, that lift me up. Yeah. Like, I have that. I'm that for many people.
Did you learn from that moment to be compassionate and to not?
Just understanding.
Just think,
Understanding.
Also,
I think
life's too short.
Yeah, and that was just stupid. And I think that's a personal failure. Yeah, it's a personal failure.
I feel that.
Yeah, you know?
I think, I feel that a lot.
Yeah, it's ego.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
like,
just
okay, let it go.
Yeah, because it's like, you're right. Life is too short. It is too short.
It really is. That's just my thing now. Just like, life's too short. Let's just be okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
I know.
It's fine.
Fuck disagreements.
Yeah, right.
But some people, fuck them.
People are difficult. People are so difficult, though. But sometimes you just need to...
Distance, boundaries.
Yeah, adios.
That's what I felt like. I felt like it was a boundary. And I feel like boundaries are cool, right? Like, we got to do that.
Yes.
I don't know. Life's hard sometimes. Like, it's like we're just trying to figure shit out as we go. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone thinks it's happy and good because everyone wants...
And you could make it like that. The goal is to achieve freedom, happiness, and just you know.
I think I want to just let people know that, like, shit's kind of not cool sometimes. Always.
It is what it is.
Because people are starting to get really unhappy quickly. And the word depressed is being used a lot quicker and like very easily. And I think this is just, I don't know how we've gotten to this.
This is just conversation. So, okay, let me ask you, when you're feeling feelings of depression or you can't focus or frustration or you're overwhelmed, whether it's like a deadline on a project or something that's happening in life, what's something that you like doing to like get you out of there?
Crying.
Good. That's what's up. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I
God,
like
I
to cry
have to
sometimes
cry.
too. Yeah. I think it's
Sometimes I have to
important.
cry for hours.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be real.
Be real. Yeah. No,
Like
it's,
sometimes I have to just cry and be left alone.
yeah.
I need to be I can't be around someone if I'm feeling like I need to release.
Well, you got to express. See, something that people forget, I think, and like it's a negative connotation on crying, is that like crying is bad. Dude, it's just you're expressing an emotion.
No,
Is laughing
yeah,
bad?
I'm a very sensitive person.
Yeah.
No, I think crying's like part of who I am.
Yeah.
I must.
And you got to
have
cry. You
to.
got to express yourself because something I've seen in people is that when they hold that shit in, it doesn't do good shit for your health. It doesn't do good shit for your mental health, your physical health. Like they're hurting themselves when it comes to, oh, I'm going to hold my emotions in. So you like to cry. Cool. That's
Yeah,
what's
do
up.
you know what I do? Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
sensitive, very emotional. I'm
You're
a
an
very
artist.
emotional person.
Yeah, you're an artist. You need to be sensitive.
I am like, yeah, God, I can be affected, but only by things that I really care about.
Mm-hmm.
Like things can happen and, you know, I'll kind of feel nothing. But like, wow, yeah, I need to cry. If I'm not feeling cool, I need to cry, I need to write. Mm-hmm. I need to cry and I need to write. And
So you
sometimes
like to express yourself.
yeah, sometimes I
Yeah.
like filming myself and I talk to me. I want to like see me.
Interesting.
Like speaking to me. I rarely go for advice if I'm really honest. Like I always just need a conversation with myself because no matter what anyone tells me, I like people's input, but like I kind of don't turn for my decision making. That always needs to come from me.
Intuition.
Yeah.
Intuition.
Yeah, because deep down I'm just going to go with what I want.
I respect that
always.
about you.
Yeah.
I respect that about you.
Yeah.
Does it make it hard sometimes with that? Because I'm similar in that way too. And I've had difficulties when I work with a team sometimes, like collabing and everything, because I see you as natural leader. So when you're working with a team, there needs to be a leader.
Yeah.
Someone needs to step up.
Yeah.
So I could see you in maybe in a classroom setting, you step up as the team leader and everything.
Always. Yeah.
So I was always the leader in class.
Same.
And it's not
Same.
even like I'm
Always
saying,
first
hey
to
guys,
talk.
I'm the leader.
Yeah.
People were just, I'd speak and people would be like, yeah, let's go with that. And I was just appointed it, right?
Yeah.
But then have you ever come across like being in a team with another alpha, another leader, and then you kind of clash and the momentum's thrown off? I've had it. It's
No,
tough.
I bet.
It's tough. Because then I
know
gotta
you
fight
have,
them. I'm just kidding.
I've definitely clashed in workspaces, but it's not because like I'm faced with another leader. I never really feel intimidated when I'm in a workspace.
That's good.
If I'm honest, like, because I'm there because I'm supposed to be there, and I honestly my mind is a fucking crazy place. So like I really do believe that when I'm doing a job or I'm in a creative space, I'm made to be the core like anchor, you know? And like I always accept other people's opinions when it comes to creativity because that's important for me. When I'm creating something, I need to know what other artists I'm creating with feel, especially if it's a collaboration. If I'm working with makeup, hair, for example, something as just simple as that. Like I need to make sure they are happy and I need to make sure they can create so that I can bring their ideas to life.
For sure. Yeah.
But I do clash. I only clash with people that can't communicate. Someone that can't say like they don't like something, but will communicate it in a different way.
Passiveness.
Yeah. Someone who's just like doesn't give me a good example as to why we shouldn't do something. Someone who's shutting my ideas down because they may seem a bit too unrealistic. So I don't like that. I like people who are like, hell yeah, let's do it. Or yeah, let's give it a go. I don't like people who are just like, don't express, aren't emotional, aren't open. So I clash with those kind of people. I don't think I clash with leaders. I think if anything, like, get on with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't clashed with like an alpha female yet.
Got it.
Yeah.
When I clash, it's like with leaders.
Yeah.
It's just, and especially, I guess it's
Do
probably.
you think that's like
maybe a guy
guys
thing.
are jealous?
Yeah, man. See, you know what's funny is that
Like
I never look at people around me and be like, man, you're jealous or you're envious. And I recently started learning a lot about human nature and studying that, and like learning the tales and like the kind of like expressions of envy and jealous. And I'm like, fuck, dude, people are, and it's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, you know, like that whole like energy and shit.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it is a
it's-
guy thing more than a girl thing or something, but I know guys do want to establish like dominance and I'm gonna be the quarterback today, and it's like cool, if you're a better fit quarterback for this play, cool, here's the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, like I believe in like know the strengths and weaknesses of everyone, of yourself and everyone, if you're in a team, and everyone play their part. Because if the goal is like, yo, we want to win, we get the touchdown, we want to get the goal, we want to play your part. Yeah. Not everyone can be the quarterback.
Exactly.
Not everyone
Working
can be the O-line and everything.
Important.
Yeah, exactly.
Very important.
And
it's not just one team player.
No. And speaking of fucking teams, you're kind of creating this network of teams of creative people in different areas with your workshops, right? So let's speak about that. Like, what are they? What inspired it? Why the name? Like, just kind of give me the I want to know the background on this.
For sure.
I want to know this shit. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Because we haven't even spoken about this.
No,
really.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Right. So back in 2017, I found myself in LA. It's my first trip now. Now I'm probably 2 months into my trip, and in these 2 months, I've met you. I've met a bunch of people. Remember, like Mixed Lemonade.
Oh,
like I just.
Yeah. That's how we met.
I know. I just met so many people. So many people. Yeah. So many different people.
That was your first time?
My first time.
God.
My first time in LA. And I attracted that somehow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I came to LA not knowing a single human being.
Yeah. And you were vocal. You were vocal.
That's
like with meeting people. You weren't in a shell.
Yeah, no, I needed it. So look, I had just gotten out of a really toxic, horrible relationship. Right? From 16 to like 20, right? So I was like, I'm going to go and live my dream. So thank you so much.
Hey, heartbreak is a good teacher.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know you're going to watch this. No, but to be real, yeah, I was really hurt, really hurt. I was searching for something. Yeah. I was working at a job I didn't like, saved up loads of money, quit my job, went to LA. So I'm 2 months in. Smoking a joint, and I'm with Cosmo, and I'm sad, and I'm like, yo, like I've met all these people, like this is kind of cool. Everyone's been telling me I'm inspiring them, and it was just kind of the first feeling I got where I was like, I think I'm gonna be somebody.
Wow, that's a great feeling.
Yeah, 2017, best year of my life,
cool,
hands down.
Yeah,
I looked at him, I was like, I think I need to do a little like get together. Like I want everyone to just come and meet, and that was kind of the foundation of it. And I was just meeting all these people, and I was having all these relationships with them and making all the effort to like go and figure people out. And people were just finding me real and interesting. And I was just being myself. And I kind of found my home here and my people here, the people that could listen, the people that could give me the stimulating conversations I wanted. And I really just feel like the universe allowed me to pick from the best handful of people from around like LA, even California, let's say. Yeah. You know, because it even branches out to like San Francisco, San Diego, like the people that I know in these places.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, you are. You are a big part of it, really. So anyway, through people telling me that like I've inspired them just from conversation and just from like shooting them, and I started getting really good at shooting, and I met Tiara, my angel, and she made me realize that I'm talented. Through shooting her, I was like, fuck, like I'm good. Yeah. And I just need someone who feels me and understands me in order for me to be really good. That's why she's so special to me in many ways. And I sat there and I was like, I want to meet loads of people, but hey, why don't I teach people how to take photos and teach people how to model? Like, because I just feel like even I'm not a model, I kind of know what I want, and I know what I want from a photo, and I know how to express, and I kind of just know, and I don't even know how I know, I just
directing.
Know. Yeah.
You're great at directing.
I just know. Yeah, like I'm not just a photographer. I plan, I do, like I'm the producer of my shoots, Yeah. And I was like, I kind of want to do like a speed dating thing where, you have a photographer and a model, and they kind of go and meet for like half an hour and take photos, and then they rotate and you go around just like that. So I had invited like a couple of my friends to come as models because I had known them. And this wasn't going to be a workshop. This wasn't a workshop at this point. This was just a thing I wanted to do.
It's just like something to just get together.
I just wanted people in a house.
Like you didn't even call it Divergent yet or anything. No,
I didn't have the name. Yeah, I didn't have the Instagram, didn't have anything. Nothing. No, I was like, let's just link up. I put it out. I got loads of people to post it and promote it. Yeah. I was like, apply. No, actually, I think at this point, I just got people. But then when I think that, I'm like, how did I meet Lissa? Anyway, people came, and I had a bunch of people that I knew and a bunch of people that I didn't.
Yeah.
Right? And this was in Cosmo's Place. We had a house. I went and got like loads of drinks and fruit and food, and I explained the day, and people went out and they were creating. And I was like, whoa.
This is something.
This is cool.
Yeah. Did you know in that moment when you kind of saw
Had a
it?
15-year-old and 30-year-old at this workshop.
Yeah.
Had a 15-year-old come to this workshop who I also just worked with in 2020, which is also crazy to me. She came with her dad. I had a guy who was 30 who was coming. He was great. The 15-year-old, the 30-year-old, connecting. People from all ages, man, woman. It wasn't a female thing. It wasn't a male thing. It wasn't an age thing. It was a human thing, right? And that's what was important, is that there was a 15-year-old just hanging out with because who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know? Like, who cares?
Yeah, you just made it work.
Yeah, because I put out the opportunity and people took it. And that's what I like to do. I like to give people the option, you know, to either not work hard or work hard. I'm going to give them my time, and it's up to you to make all these half an hours you have with all these people be the best. It's not up to me, because it isn't. You know, I can only guide. So if I'm going to give you the opportunity, that's kind of the least I can do, and that's enough. Because I had a mentor, you know how you were like, you wish you had one? I had a mentor, my best friend, Harris, and I'm really grateful for that. And I know how important it is to have someone who supports you and someone who offers you the opportunities so you can execute, because you are talented. That's how it started, and it was the best day, one of the best days of my life.
How old were you when you did the first one?
20.
Fuck yeah. Hey,
Yeah, I was
motherfuckers, no
underage.
excuses.
Yeah, I was 20.
Yeah. Someone else bought the drinks, don't worry.
Yeah, I was 20. It was incredible. Actually, Lissa's dad, the girl who was 15, he stood up at the end and he said that he was inspired to start his business again.
Wow, look at that,
Through
man.
this
See,
workshop.
look at that's what's up, yo.
Right? And that
Gangster.
stuck to me, and I was like, yo, like, what?
Yeah. And just sorry, it was just an experiment. Like,
Yeah,
you're just
then I
like, I
went
just
to
want to kind of
London.
do this.
I
and
went to
just,
London and I was like, we need this here, because it's the community and the love and the support I had in those 3 months of being in LA that has made my dreams bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Community.
You know, and in London it lacked that, hence why I wanted to leave so much, you know, and hence why I'm there and I'm never satisfied, because I think it lacks that community and that love and that support. In my world,
and you definitely value community.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're always
That's what
about
we
getting
have.
people together, dinner.
All we have is people, yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I don't want to be 70 with millions and millions and have no one to share my food with.
Yeah. I'll eat.
very
Don't worry.
important.
I'll share it with you.
It's important. Honestly, like, sometimes I just crave, like, human interaction, human love, human support, the real version, the true version, which is why I get hurt when I'm let down, or when people betray me, or when people show themselves, because I'm like, hey, what? I thought we were all just supposed to be real. And, like, us. And, like, I didn't know you were going to do that. Like, huh? Which is why I value people so much, and I take my time now when I meet people, and you know. But yeah, the workshop, now I've been doing it, and we've done about 10, and we've gotten people signed. People are best friends. People go to gigs through the workshop.
Yeah. A lot of people have met through the workshops and just kind of done.
Now they're still friends.
Yeah.
People have been collaborating, making music videos.
Cool.
Like, it's insane. I just wanted to have a platform where people could be the best version of themselves and have the access to be creative.
Yeah.
Because I never had, like, cameras, and I never had models to shoot.
Yeah,
I had to
you
really
have the
work hard
resources.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted just to be easier for people.
Kind of want to just take a few steps
out.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, figure it out. Because if this day wasn't great and you didn't like it, maybe this isn't for you.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also like, hey, figure out if you really want to do this. Like, some models, like, do you really want to be a model? Are you sure? Do you just like the idea of it? Do you actually know how much hard work it is?
It is hard.
You know, do you just want to be a photographer? Like, figure it out, you know? That's
hard
why
as
I
fuck.
accept people from all ages, all backgrounds, like, all abilities. Figure out. I just need you to be passionate, hence why I allow people to apply. Because I need you to be passionate, because that's what I believe in.
Yeah. Passion. Passion will drive it. Yeah. What are the plans in 2020 for it? What do you want to do with it? Where do you want to take it?
If I'm honest, like, my usual answer would be something like, oh, I want to do this, want to do that. I kind of just want to keep trial and erroring. I want this to be my, like last year was my trial and error year, and I want another one. I want to just keep doing loads more. I don't want to increase the price that much. I don't want to increase the things I do. I just want to I want to change little things.
Tinker.
Little bits that make such a difference. I want it to be authentic. I want it to be I still want it to be intimate. I don't think I want to widen the audience yet. I think for 2020, I just want to realize in which direction I want it to go.
Got it.
You know, I want to keep it how it is. I just want to help more people.
Yeah, I think
so.
That's
Maybe
good.
2 a month. You know, maybe the one thing I want is to. Yeah, no, I know, but I do like one every 3 months. You know, maybe like one a month.
I think one a month.
More,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, that's good.
Just more consistency and just like making each one just like 5% better until it's something I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
I don't want to rush the workshop.
Yeah, don't rush it.
I don't.
For sure.
So I think I want to just keep doing the trial and error thing, and I want to keep making it fun for me.
This
isn't something I want to make huge, and so that I feel like stressed and.
You're not trying to make a lot of money on this, huh?
No.
It's like literally just to cover costs.
Yeah, do you know?
Like that's it. Yeah.
It genuinely is.
Because like sometimes you're losing money. And it's just like,
I just want it to be a day where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go meet like a bunch of new people who are super talented and passionate.
It's kind of how I feel about my events too. It's like I'm not in it for the money and everything. Like not yet. Like can I monetize it? For sure. Like I could throw some events and monetize in the future, but. I'm focused on building communities, turning like the URL into IRL and making people meet from online to in life and like, just cover the costs, like whatever. Hey, come on, let's make the money back. This is a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
And it takes a lot to organize things. To organize a lot of people in one place, people think it's just like this, and it's like
emails,
dude, it's
waiting
tough.
for replies, like making sure people come on time. If one person doesn't come, there isn't a rotation.
Yeah.
Like, think about how stressful that is. If I have one model who just wakes up and she's like, nah, can't be bothered. Yeah. Because it's also cheap and, like, some people don't mind losing that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, because it's a speed dating
How much is it?
£65 right now.
So in the US, it's like a little bit like 70 something. Yeah, 72.
Yeah, for a day where you shoot with 5 people, you get a whole portfolio, you network, there's
that's
a Q&A.
A fucking steal.
There's a Q&A, you get to speak to me, you get to ask me absolutely anything. My biggest is when people don't actually take the time to ask me things and then they DM me and they're like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, but I gave you like 9 hours of my time.
Yeah,
now I'm doing something. Maybe I won't respond.
I'd be that motherfucker that's like pen and paper bugging the shit out of you. Like,
hey, like you should.
Hey, what's
I
your
want you
social
to be
security
annoying. Like I want it to be like that. It should be like that because I dreamt of something like that when I was 13, 14, 12, whatever.
Yeah.
I wish I had a workshop like that.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. I like what you're doing with it.
Thank you.
I support that. I love it, and I want to see it grow because I think no one's doing stuff like that.
I really do. Maybe a school one day.
Fuck yeah. You and I have a lot of fucking similarities when it comes to like our because I want to open up a school.
Are we gonna kill it? We're gonna kill it.
Oh, for sure.
Damn, I hope I make it to 40 or some shit.
You know what? That's funny. You know why? Because
like I just want to like cheers. There's this photo that I saved when I was like 13, and it's 2 people cheersing.
Yeah.
Like I think on a rooftop in New York. Yeah. And I've kind of always like, look, am I boring?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, you're not boring.
I know. I kind of like always look at it. It's on my. I'm a big Tumblr girl. I always look at it and I have it saved, and it's kind of like my celebration for when I make it.
Yeah.
Because the gal's like wearing like a gold watch and a gold ring, and it's obviously like she's
chic,
some success. And then there's another guy with another gold watch, and it's like witches.
It's gonna be me and you.
Could be.
Yeah. Tequila and wine.
God, our success.
Yes, of course.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I hope I see 42. I've been thinking lately like. And, like, I don't want to sound morbid or anything, but I kind of feel lately like I'm going to pass early. I don't know why. And it's not, look at, anyone listening?
So have I.
Listen.
Do you believe me? Because I'm being honest.
I do, because you know why? In the film that you just released, you brought up Mortality 2 or 3 times. I made a note of that. And I wanted to bring that up later.
Because I'm scared. Because I'm just
Are you scared?
Yeah.
The way you speak about it, though, is like, it's like you're not scared.
No, like, I'll only be scared if I haven't
done what you want.
Yeah.
Done what you want. Yeah. I know.
Just like at least when I've done it and I'm like, fuck, and I see it for myself and I live it, that dream that is so embedded in my head, I can feel it. But like as soon as I live it, obviously there'll be another dream and another one. But like, I just want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to be like, I did it.
Yeah.
And then like, cool, I'm at peace. But yeah, I think about it so much because maybe I'm someone who thinks about life so much, and I'm really aware of what I want, and I'm really aware of my days and my timeline and waking up and what I do in the middle of the day and how I end my day and who I spend it with and the moments that go by and what I'm looking at and how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. And so I feel like life is so precious to me. It's so precious that I'm like, fuck, could I? Yeah. Could it go?
It could.
Like, could it? What if it
does?
That's
a crazy thing. It
so it's like, what if it does? Like, and I have no idea and I'm oblivious. Yeah. So I like to always be aware that it could go so that I'm like not oblivious.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes total sense.
It's kind of sad too, though. I wish I didn't think about it.
Yeah. I mean, well,
I wish I was just like living.
I guess it's just like self-awareness and shit. I don't know. I have this thing, this way of life, and I fucking made this quote. So if anyone quotes me, write my name on this shit, okay? Wow. But it's like, plan as if you'll live to see 100, but live as if you'll die next week.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the ebb and flow, the balance, pulling from both ends. Like, you know, I am guilty of living in the future a lot. When you're a business person, an entrepreneur trying to create businesses and, you know, put money in places and grow it, you're always forecasting. You're always trying to have predictions and everything. It's future-based, and that brings anxiety, and then you miss out on stuff in the present. So it's like, fuck. Sometimes you got to be aware and be like, "Nah, I need to do this today." Like this, like I know I didn't plan to hang out with this person. That like all this and everything that I just got hit up about, but I need to do it today because what if I fucking die next week?
Not for
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like set your shit up. And
that's how I feel about like relationships and friendships and reaching out to people and like accepting people's mistakes and all of the above. I
try to do that. Yeah,
it's like life's too short. Let's just think about it in that perspective.
Yeah, life is short.
My thing.
And one thing, Jordan, can you do the cameras again? Jordan's our camera guy today. Can you do the cameras again? It's gonna meet the 30-minute mark, so we're gonna just need to do the same thing. And thank you, Jordan. I love you. Everybody follow Jordan on Instagram because he's doing a really great job today. Jordan T. Ladd.
Jordan.
His name is Jordan Ladd.
My favorite basketball player.
First name Michael. So
last name Jordan.
No. Well, I mean it's first name for him.
No, I know.
For anybody that does not know who Jordan is, he's my half brother. He's 6'7" and he's black.
He's not though, is he?
Yeah, he's my brother.
So he's my brother there.
Jordan, are we brothers? Jordan's nodding yes.
Not genetically.
Genetically, we are all brothers and sisters. I don't know who you're talking to. That'd be weird. It's like
Crowley.
But hey, look. So when it comes to the whole mortality thing, and when we just spoke about that and everything, boom, same,
boom.
You mentioned in your film, short film you just dropped.
Yeah,
it's a fucking cool film. That was cool. You know why I really think it's cool. Like I'm not just gassing it. It was all right. I'm just kidding.
I know it was good.
I loved it because you have fucking clips from years ago of you just wearing a fucking fitted cap with Apple headphones with the microphone and just talking, but you're speaking with this kind of like uncertainty but mixed with conviction. Like it's like,
oh my God, I could cry.
You know, like you're just it's a very interesting place to see a young Hana, a young artist. And like I like how you.
How did you feel when you saw me? It's like that, and then you saw, you know, the ending when it's like maybe I could make something happen.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know how you felt in that moment at the end, and then at the beginning when you actually saw after the New York. Just like quick.
I saw the beginning and I was like, this makes sense. This is her.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's what I thought. Literally.
Yeah.
And at the end, after everything, at the end, I was like, oh, I already know where she's gonna go. Do I know how you're gonna get there?
Doesn't it just?
Do I know exactly where you'll be?
This might be the worst thing I've said, but isn't it just crazy if I don't make it?
Nah, you're gonna make it.
Wouldn't it just be crazy if I didn't?
All right, are you such a rebel that you're gonna rebel against yourself?
Like, imagine I just fucked up and I'm just like.
You're just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna get a desk job. If I got a phone call and you were like, hey, I'm gonna just I'd be like, Shut the fuck up. What are you saying right now?
Yeah, that makes me anxious.
Let me know how that goes, buddy.
Never.
You're like, you're going to go back to doing what you do.
So that film,
which is whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. At a very young age, I've just had a thing for filming myself and recording me in my moments, and specifically me, you know, which is crazy because I love people and it's all about the people. But like when I was younger, it was just kind of a lot about me. You know, I think as I've grown up, I've become more selfless. But when I was younger, it was just very much I wanted to see myself in front of the camera. Movie. And yeah, I wanted to talk. I wanted to do the speech. I wanted to play the main role. And I always wanted to be an actress, you know, and I like looking at myself when I speak, and I like watching it over. I don't know why, but I do. So I was a dreamer, and I guess I had my Mac computer, and this was moments where I wasn't a photographer, and this is the direct to me. This is like what's in my soul now, what's coming out now in 2020. Being a director, you know, being in Hollywood, like, was a dream for me.
Yeah.
Being in New York, filming, having my photos, like having my movies in the cinema was a dream for me. I've got like my end of year book where everyone's like, I can't wait to see your movies. Like, I can't wait till the day like we come and watch a film. And that's like still a dream of mine, as much as I'm a photographer, and that's what I'm kind of focusing on now. Like, I see the director in me coming out. So I guess I would film. Oh shit, my bad. I guess I would film myself just venting, you know, and being annoyed and kind of speaking, because I would never say that to my parents, you know. So it's kind of crazy because in that video they're like asleep in that room, you know, and they've never known about these videos to exist until they saw this short. And I never actually vocalized to them how much I needed this dream, because it was just so unrealistic for them. Never for me, but for them, you know, and they can admit that. My mum's really supportive, the most supportive person ever right now. But when I was younger, it was very hard to hear that your daughter wants to be like a filmmaker.
It's different.
You know? Yeah, it's different, especially from my background.
Yeah.
So I would vent a lot to myself because I didn't have anyone to do that to. My friends were not creative, so people around me didn't dream that big. It was just me. I was the weird one.
Yeah, for
you know?
sure.
And I'd wake up every day, look at my sister and be like, everything's possible. People fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how can they not dream? You know, I have a very crazy, magical relationship with her. And that kind of became powerful when I was like 16, 17. So those videos are an indication of like her impact on me, you know? And that to that point where I was like, I'm going to give you everything. There's no choice.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then those videos started happening, and there's actually hundreds and hundreds of videos of footage of me. I just had to pick the right ones to kind of go with the structure and the message I wanted to portray. And then obviously when I was in LA and New York, I filmed a bunch. And my intentions were to make something over a couple of years. I just didn't know it would be now. I didn't know, and I'd never planned the date where I was going to make it. It was just like, I'm going to make something one day.
So you
and
knew
I did.
it was coming.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was
doing
so unsatisfied with taking photos. I was so unsatisfied with my clients. Didn't have a good end to my year. I needed to create something.
Yeah.
I really needed to. I was anxious.
Just put something out.
I needed to.
Yeah.
Something that was me.
It's dope.
Yeah, something that was me. Something that was so honest and that I couldn't even change and edit because, like, that's what I was. And, like, I'm not afraid to show you 17 me or 20-year-old me, 21-year-old me, 22-year-old me.
You're just documenting the process. I love that. Yeah, it's a fucking
and it
process.
made sense and it was beautiful.
Vulnerable.
And I cried so many times editing it, and it was good for me. It was therapy.
Yeah.
That was my therapy.
That's what's up.
That was my yoga.
Yeah,
that was my gym session.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, when you create, that's
For real.
how you feel. Like that's your shit.
I worked hard on that video. Really hard. I smashed it out. I didn't go out, didn't speak to anyone. Like, I smashed it out. Good shit. Just in my room, finishing it. And it gave me so much love. Someone asked me that the other day. I'd say, like, in hours, honestly, like 48. Like, I'd say it was like if I sat there for 2 days, it would have been that. Because I'd have moments where I'd work on it for 5, the next day, like, another 5, and then I'd give myself a break, and then, like, another 2 hours. And then I'd be like, fuck this shit, and give myself, like, 3 days. And then I'd come back and I'd work on it again. And you know, I didn't show it to anyone really until it was done. I didn't want to ask for anyone's advice because that was my thing. I wasn't like, should I change this? What do you think I should do? Like, I waited till it was done, you know? Mm-hmm. And then I kind of showed people. I did change like 1 or 2 things, but I think I made something really, like, that's my legacy. Mm-hmm. And I'm really happy with that being left behind when I'm gone. Really happy. Super happy.
I love it.
My favorite creation to date over any of my photos.
Anything, really.
Over anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what's made me fall in love with directing and wanting to pursue it more and writing.
I enjoyed it because it showed a different perspective on who you are and like a different expression. Like, you know,
it
obviously.
It showed me like my sad side too, right?
There was sad moments, like, you know, seeing you cry. I was like, fuck, why is she crying? I'm just like, oh, it sucks. I wish I was there to give you a hug.
Many of those videos.
Yeah, you know, but like I respect how you put it out there and you just kind of like videotaped it for people to, and then expressed it so people that are in that scenario, they're like, oh shit, she feels it too, and it just kind of showed the emotions of you as an artist. There's laughter, there's the friendships, there's the crying, there's the ambition, the uncertainty, I know I'm gonna be something one day. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think we can all feel that. We all feel that, and you're doing it. So you're showing like back in 2014, I felt this way, you know? You just documented it. That's dope. Yeah. And it's different than what you usually put out. Like a photo shoot, when you put out a photo shoot, obviously you're fucking really talented, like with a camera. Great shit. Like you're just editorial based.
Can I explain
like,
it to you?
Explain what?
So look, the difference between the photos and the film.
Go.
For me as an artist, just in one short, brief sentence. My photos are my dream, my dream world. Like, ooh, what could I have been? Hence why I love shooting women so much. You know, what like the powerful man embedded in the woman, like my alpha female, my, you know, just showing like that yellow tone, the LA sun, the blue skies, the dream, the filter that's in my head, you know. The dream, the fun, the sex, the sexual, the sensitive, like the powerful, you know, showing heartbreak, but also showing like breaking guys' hearts, you know, all of that stuff. And then the film, the directing, the writing is like the rawness, the hey, like, I want to reach out to you and I want to help you and I want you to know my story, which is why I think any film I will make in the future, I think, now saying this as a 22-year-old will always be influenced from my life, my real life, I think. Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah, and then the photos will be a different dream. It's like my escape, you know, often. And then the films are like when I need it. You see how I needed to make that film because I really wasn't okay and I needed to let go? I think that's what it will be for me. These films will be my therapy. I'll have to work on this thing so hard and so much, and then I'll let it go. And it'll be good, it'll be bad. And then the photos, like, so consistent. You edit a photo, you let it go. You know? It's like, it's kind of different. It's 2 different art forms for me.
2 different processes.
Yeah,
for show.
It's insane. It's beautiful.
I love that. I like that. That was dope.
Yeah, it's like there's one, like, dream, and then it's like, hey, this is me. If you really want to, like, know me, like, even the dark shit, come to my movies, come to my writing.
Yeah.
And if you want some fun and you want, like, my dream, and you want like a different world that I'm kind of living sometimes, we look at a photo.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That was dope.
Yeah.
The difference between photo and video. Yeah. So I'm interested in what excites you in life besides work, besides directing, besides photography. Is there anything that excites you? Yeah. What
the fuck?
What comes to mind?
Boring?
I mean, you don't have to be boring.
I'm excited by so many things. Just like having a conversation with someone excites me. Romance. Yeah. I'm a romantic. Love for me is actually probably at the top of my list.
God, you and I are so fucking similar. I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I love. Oh my God. Yes. Like I love it. I'll
be falling in love in cafes and shit.
Dude, yeah. Like so many of my writing when I was like a teenager is like I just want to be in New York and I want to be reading a book and I just want someone to come and ask me about it. I just want to be in a library in an aisle. You know, like I am a romantic. Like for real, I'm a movie girl, you know? I want to make the movies about love too. Like I want to make like heartfelt movies. I believe in it. It's the best feeling in the world. I really think like just loving someone, receiving that love, knowing someone. that excites me a lot. Having conversations, being lost in a moment, you know, being open, being honest, and being true, and traveling. You know, I like to travel. I like going away. I love the
you're
sun.
fucking. You are fucking.
Yeah,
rock
I need
star.
to have something new constantly.
I can't even
I
imagine.
need to be out there understanding this world, educating myself, reading a new book that maybe isn't a self-help one, and maybe it's just about freaking something so random,
Like
you know?
cooking.
Yeah. I love cooking.
Yeah.
I love cooking.
Jordan loves cooking.
I love cooking. I'm always cooking for my friends at home. They can vouch for me.
Yeah.
I love so many things. I love nature. I love going for walks. I enjoy waking up early.
Walks.
Yeah, I enjoy cars. I like driving. I like watching films. I love listening to
you
music.
never drove my car.
I didn't, but we can.
Yeah.
We have time.
You can drive a car. Yeah.
Because I'm going to extend.
Yeah? You're going to extend it?
I might.
Hannah's been debating. She's going to go back home tomorrow. Back across the pond.
I might.
And she's just
she's
such an adventurous girl that she waits until the last day to be like, fuck it, I'll extend. But it's cool. You can stay at the Palace. You're good.
Thank you.
The hostel.
I
The best
even,
hostel in LA.
I didn't even think that far. I wasn't even like, where am I actually going to stay?
Yeah, no.
I haven't actually stayed at yours yet.
Yeah.
Like,
You stayed one night. Yeah. Guys, we have this really cool place called the Palace. It's a 3-story, basically a hostel now. We should set up
Such
bunk
an
beds and
ass.
shit because people just come through
It's
and
beautiful.
crash
It's a beautiful
and shit.
one.
Yeah. It's fucking dope. We're just trying to create like an environment of just love and creativity. That's why we got so much shit and everything and just community here.
Yeah.
But you got to be.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Andres.
Of course. Dígame. I don't know what that was. I haven't even drank wine. But something. What was I gonna touch on? Because we touched on
There's
the
more
excitement.
things that excite me, by the way.
Well, I bet. I mean, you're
So many
fucking.
more.
You're
Can't even
endless
like
scroll.
just apart from work.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I wanted to ask you, and this is a deep question right here. It's super it's personal. Probably never been asked this before. What is your superpower?
Are you serious?
Yeah. I wanted to set that up and just see the look on your face.
My superpower? Wow. Can you tell me yours?
Yeah, mine would be. Have you ever seen the movie Jumper?
Yes. Jumper?
Okay. Yeah, so I would want to jump through like
I have
destinations
actually.
and shit.
It's a pretty shit movie though.
It's a shit movie, but the power, you know, it's basically teleportation, but you're jumping through time.
No, I know. Yeah.
I think that would be my power.
Oh, you asked me what I would like my superpower to be.
Yeah. Oh, you thought I was asking like what is your actual superpower?
Yeah, like
you're a fucking superpowered human right now? Are you? God damn.
I just thought you
I get you.
Right.
No, I meant
if I could have a superpower.
Yes.
Sorry.
Wow.
My bad.
No, it's my bad. I should ask
like,
better questions.
It's like, what's your superpower?
God.
I didn't know we had those.
Why am I doing a podcast?
Is it bad that I'm moving it?
No, you can move
All
it
right.
as long as it just like stays in front of your
Dope.
face.
So I would love to read people's minds. It would help me.
Oh, fuck, you would, huh?
Honestly,
God.
yeah, because like just fuck the bullshit.
Fuck the bullshit, man.
Yeah, like that irritates me a lot.
You
Is
don't
when
think
like
that
someone
would-
lies to my face. Like it would just be nice to just be like, cool.
You don't think that would be annoying though?
No, but I want to choose when I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
you feel like you can already tell if someone's lying to you? I feel like I can.
I can.
At least I think I can.
I can, but when you call them out, they still tend to.
Yeah.
When you call them out, they still tend to lie and lie.
Yeah.
When I say them, I don't mean guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry for the interruption. We ended up having some audio difficulties and lost some of the footage, but it's okay. We fixed the problem, got shit done. Ain't shit perfect, but it's cool because you know what? Done's better than perfect. So we're going to just pick it back up right where we left off. Thanks for tuning in so far. All right, baby. Okay, boom, we're back. A little bit of an audio difficulty because we
Boom.
were just dropping so much hot shit
So much heat.
that GarageBand was just like, fuck you guys. I'm going to crash out real quick, take a nap. But we're back, better than ever. And what we were talking about was the fact that like you're doing some really dope shit with your art, not just coming over here and trying to take all the shmoney, but you're like, I want to do something, make money, but then also put 50% of it, which is a huge amount, to like organizations.
Yeah.
And then what you did recently was that you put 50% towards Epilepsy Society.
Yeah.
Why? What's the motivation? Like what are you trying to do with that? What's your mission?
I guess I want to be an artist, and I want to be someone that has produced work and put things out in order to help others, you know, as much as it's fun for me to just pointlessly create or just freely create. It's also important that I use my audience, and I use almost like, I want to use the word power, but like use my power and use what I have around me in order for me to make a change and make things better. My sister's a big part of me as a human being, just me in general. She's like a huge part of who I am. And it doesn't make sense for me to not produce work or use the people around me or use my audience in order to help her or in order to spread light about, you know, her disabilities, which she suffers with epilepsy. And it's something that I've had to live with, my parents have had to live with, but most importantly, she has to live with, you know, and other people do. And I've just lived so closely to it, and I know how detrimental it is to her and her health. And I kind of like, I haven't donated the money yet because I'm actually putting like a link out so that people can donate like £1, £2. That's things I need to do when I'm back home. But we raised 1,000 right now to give.
Woo!
To the charity, and that's going to go towards research for medication, because frankly, like, it's just not helping my sister. Like, I feel like she takes 3 sets of medication a day and doesn't actually do anything but maybe ruin her liver, for example. And my mum's been following Epilepsy Society, so I went to her and I was like, hey, I kind of want to give to charity. Like, I want to give, you know? My mum is someone who gives and gives and gives. I've been brought up with that nature of always wanting to help others and receive absolutely nothing back. So I wanted to do that in a sense of like, I've done loads of like breast cancer runs and stuff like that, but I've never actually used my art to make a difference. And it was also a test. Who's going to support? Who's going to help? You know, like, who really gives a fuck? Or like, who's like, how much can I raise? You know, almost like a test for me too. And it was beautiful. It was so nice. And my mum actually was like, just do Epilepsy Society. Like, they're the leading charity for epilepsy. I did reach out to them and ask them if they could promote my work, but they did decline, which kind of like hurt me a little. But only because in one of the photos, someone's smoking, and I understand that you don't want to
promote that.
But at the same time,
That's a good fucking photo.
Suck a fucking dick, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly.
No, I literally sent an email like, I'm amazed as to how you haven't actually given me another option. Do you want to check that?
Jordan will check it.
Okay. As to how you haven't given me another option, like how we can actually spread the message, you know. But no, it was incredible. I'm going to start doing more stuff like that. Maybe something next time that actually goes towards my sister, you know, because as well as I'm like helping like a diverse group, she is my anchor, and I would like to get her like a new wheelchair one day, you know, like just something to install in her room, you know, something to guide her, something to help her.
I think that's pretty noble of you. Just the fact that like you didn't reach out to them ahead of time. Hey, I'm gonna do this. Do I have your blessing? Like the Epilepsy Society, right? You're just like, I'm gonna do it because I see what it is living with someone who does have to suffer with that, and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? And just the fact that you're like, what can I do? Yeah. You know,
it's a beautiful feeling. Like, if I'm gonna be real, it's a really beautiful feeling to have raised that money and just to know that like I can do more. And there's support even from people who couldn't buy a print. Like, some people just sent me like a tenner, you know, just like, hey, like, I just want to help, you know. Or like just even sharing it, you know, just means a lot to me. But like, I mean, I was satisfied, but like, I think like, as I just said, the next time if I do something, I want it to just go directly to this human being that I live with and I take in every day, and I see the suffering genuinely, physically. And I also show my sister to the world, you know? And I'm really proud of her, and I'm proud of the relationship we have and the relationship my mother has with her. And I will show her off to the world continuously because I want to give her that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
She really is a big motivation, like, for me. So the next time I do something, I want to just give it to my mum.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like,
it's good to
I'm not
be
like
in that
hating
position.
on like giving to the charity. It just didn't kind of I still have something I need. Like I don't feel satisfied. You know, like it's dope, but like I want to see it. I want to
see it. That's
kind
what I
of
was
give it
saying.
to my mom. I kind of want to give it to my like buy my sister a new wheelchair. See the money.
You want to see the impact.
See it. Yeah.
You want to know where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that is also like a concern when it comes to charities and everything. Like, where is it going to go?
For real.
Like, what's actually
For
happening
real.
and everything.
Yeah, genuinely. Yeah. Because I am like all about honesty and like being authentic. And I do want to know where everything is going. And next time I think I will do something a bit more personal and specific.
For sure.
But yeah, it was great. It was my first charity event through my art. So
can people still buy a print?
I mean, it's still up, but like, nah, I've stopped it. So the next thing I'm going to do is just put out a link for like a GoFundMe. But like, it's still up. If someone like really wants to buy one, then like, yes. But I will stop it so that eventually I can just sell my prints.
Well, you know, I didn't buy one.
No, I know you didn't.
I know, yeah. I didn't buy one.
No, you didn't.
And
it's cool.
I didn't buy one because...
So many people I love didn't buy one. It's okay.
Wait, don't dig the grave deeper for me. The reason I didn't buy one is because I knew you were going to be on the podcast. And I wanted to get you on record saying that when I do buy it, you will sign it for me. And no one else will have it signed by you except me.
Dude, you could monetize off that big time if I make it.
I want a signed Hana Zebzabi.
Always.
And I'm going to buy it.
Of course I'd sign it for you.
So that's why I waited. And I know that you're going to open it. Yeah, of course. Okay, cool. I just wanted that.
Sign it for you.
Of course I'd buy one. You think I wouldn't buy one?
No, I mean, freaking no pressure.
Hey. Maybe you can see my point of view. I wait till the end to do something.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm going to change my flight last day.
But you know what, Andres? You support me enough so much that like it wasn't even a thing.
No, but I'm going to...
Like it's okay.
Thank you. But we definitely need art on the walls. And if it's
going
to be art...
Yeah, honestly, when you were like, we need art in my head, I was like, does he know he sat next to me?
I didn't want to say anything.
Hello.
Of course I'm going to get it. Okay. Can you guess which one?
Is it the Start one or the Shavi with the cigarette?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to just put the order in and then you're going to see.
It's kind of cool for you to like wake up and be like, yo, I need to start. And I just feel like it's you. But maybe Riley with a cig. But who knows? But Shavi one is dope. And it will go really well with your paid in full poster.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm going to put the order in and then you're going to just be like, aha.
All right, cool.
Aha.
Okay,
so,
thank you.
Yeah, of course. I got you. Yeah. And I think that's fucking dope what you're doing.
Thank
you.
And
I wanted to publicly just be like, yo, support it. And even though it's not, like everything, the next time you do something like this, motherfuckers support it.
Yeah, please, man.
All right, because this is like these are the kind of people we need to support.
It should I feel like it makes people feel good knowing that they've also supported me.
Yeah.
And also supported my sister, my family, and other people who actually are affected by epilepsy.
Yeah.
In the UK, because that is the charity was a UK charity.
For sure.
But I want to keep doing more things like that. Yeah. Way more things. Like a workshop for me is also kind of like that. Like I just want to help and give. And
what do you want to be remembered as? Like when you pass, like what and there's just an essence of you in the world. What do you want? Like what the impact and everything, you know what I'm saying?
I just want to have impacted individuals in any way they needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my encounters to be meaningless. Like I want people to remember that like I really cared about them.
Mm-hmm.
And I really cared about whatever topic we were speaking about and that I was present and that I want the best for people. You know, and that's honestly like, but at the same time, I want to be remembered for being smart, like, but smart, talented, like clever, talented, like the thing I just put out, kind of talented, like that structure and just like no one having a mind like me, probably above all, just like I had my own mind, you know, and I did things my way,
individuality,
and I believed it, and everything was possible.
Fuck yeah. I believe it.
And a fun girl, you know, likes to go out.
That's why you're on this podcast, because this podcast is for uncommon people. You're an uncommon person. You're the first one on here. You won't be the last time that you're on here, because we're gonna keep checking in with you.
Yeah.
Holding you accountable. Make sure that you're being the best person you can be. Always. But I just want to. We're gonna wrap up now.
Yeah, of course.
You're hungry. I'm hungry. We can talk way more. We can talk way more, but some stuff is off the record, baby.
Yeah.
So I wanted to end it with just saying, you know, I'm really grateful that you took your time, the time that you have in Los Angeles, that you can now be shooting and drinking on rooftops and frolicking around and having fun. You took the time to sit down with me and talk to me. You didn't owe it to me, but you did it, and I respect it, and I respect
It's honestly an honor. Thank you for doing this for all of us. People have no idea that we should be thanking you.
Thank you.
So
and
thanks.
thank you for your
Truthfully,
appreciation.
honestly.
Thank you. I thank you.
For
And okay, you're the only one that can like call me on shit and everything. But yo, keep doing you. Keep being a visionary, a dreamer, and keep inspiring us all because you inspire me. Good. And you lead the way. And maybe next time we'll talk about how we met. Because that was an interesting time. That's a good story for the next time. And
genuinely a good story.
Fucking
Kinda
amazing
crazy.
story. Yeah. Should we do it right now? No.
No,
but hey
suspense.
guys, follow Hana and all her shenanigan adventures, journeys on Instagram, Twitter. Hana Zebzabi. I'm gonna link it all below. So just make sure you check the bios and the links. Okay, it's Hana Hana. That's it. Hana Zebzabi. 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 That's a dope. We both have last names that start with Z. Give me a little twinkle. Little twinkle, sprinkle. Little twinkle. Baby's twinkle, sprinkle. And yeah.
Zed,
So
Zed. ZZ.
ZZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zebzabi, Zannelli.
Yeah. Zannelli. Yeah, make sure you follow her. Everybody, thank you for tuning in for the first Zannelli Talks with with a guest. I think I'm gonna just title it like Zannelli Talks with Hana Zebzabi.
Hell yeah.
That's how I'm gonna go.
That's perfect.
Because all this shit is just an experiment, everyone. Like right now, we had some audio malfunction. We had a battery give out on a camera. We've had like shit happens, and I want this episode. Like we're not gonna redo this.
No.
We tried doing it last week, but that we couldn't avoid.
No.
That issue.
We shouldn't. This was beautiful.
But this, guys, I want to end it with this. Like, done is better than perfect. That was literally the fucking title of my first podcast that I didn't even think about putting out. I just woke up one day, I recorded it, I had to get some shit off my chest, and I did it.
Yeah.
And we focus when we're creating shit, trying to make things so fucking perfect. You're guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. Sometimes you just got to get shit done, record it, and then later, and then 5 years later, put out a short film.
You'll keep thinking about it.
Put out a short film, and then you can see the progress made, right?
Yeah.
Right, Hannah?
So true.
So, guys, get shit done. Don't worry about it being perfect. You're going to fucking fail. This was a raw, authentic episode with one of my best friends, a fucking dreamer. I love you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.